We continue with you here on Game Time. Jaylen Brown's been the leading scorer, or at least was last game, after 7 in a row of 20-plus from Jason Tatum. From the kids to the Cavs, more from our guy 3D.
Coach, you've been there here before. How do you get your guys to forget about game one and get prepared for game two?
As you see, we already forgot about it already. You know, we had a bad game. They played really well. The crowd was into it. They played fast, played free. And shots we usually make, we didn't make, and they made shots. So, you know, they had a good game last night. We played bad. How do you change that competitive spirit? That's one of the things you talked about last night when you saw your guys lose that. You didn't like it. Well, I just think, you know, when we're not making shots, we still got to defend. And I think that's what hurt us. I think missing shots early kind of carried over to our defense, and we allowed them to score too easy.
I think in the first half we were a little soft, and I mentioned after the game yesterday, just letting a few of their guys just get open looks and get a good feel, and they've been playing extremely well throughout these playoffs. A number of players have been stepping up for them, and you know, we just need to be better at I think really forcing issues is the wrong thing to say on the defensive end, but making them feel us and you know, just being better.
I know LeBron likes to get downhill, but it looks like Brad Stevens had built the wall and he couldn't find no driving lanes there in the second half.
I thought he had driving lanes. I thought he wasn't aggressive as he usually is. I thought they did a good job of switching smaller guys onto him. When he had the advantage, they came in double team. So we got to either make shots on the backside, or we got to put it down and drive and get to the basket.
I mean, usually when Bron has these kind of games, the next game he does something legendary. But at the same time, you know, we can't rely on that. We got our job to do as other players. We got to be able to help him and be effective. The more effective we are, the more it opens up for him. And, you know, Boston does do a good job, you know, clogging the paint. So if our shooters got to make shots, if our bigs got to get offensive rebounds and finish around the rim to open stuff up, that's what we got to do.
Whether or not you lose by 30 or by 3, it's only one game. But LeBron, he's had trouble at times in that one game to start series. Not the first time. He likes to get better. He's like a fine wine. Gets better as the series goes on.
It's trouble 21-11-9.
Well, he had 7 turnovers yesterday. Only scored
38% from the field is trouble.
Let me ask you about this, and Smitty, I'll start with you. What did you like about the way that the Celtics defended LeBron and what they did with him yesterday?
Well, I think I like the way they defended the entire Cavs team. They took away airspace. They said, we're going to make you guys make decisions, make you become ball handlers, make you come up and make plays, and difficult plays. And, yes, they missed a lot of shots. But you see right here, this is a power forward up on LeBron James saying, hey, you're going to have to beat me on the drive. And, yes, can LeBron do that? Absolutely. But can everybody else do that? That's what I think is going to be where the J.R. Smiths, the George Hills, the Jeff Greens is going to have to make a play for the next guy.
Marcus Morris sent the tweet, backed it up 24 possessions where he and LBJ were one-on-one, 5 total points for LeBron James. You played with him. You know what? I understand. I was just about to say.
Before we start calling him LeBron James stopper,
look,
be easy.
I understand, which is why I'm going to ask you, how much more aggressive of a king do you expect here in Game 2? Do we get one of those games like against Indiana where he scores the first 16 points in the game?
I don't know if he's going to score the first 16 points because we're talking about a way better defensive ball club. We're talking about a lot more length and a lot more aggressive basketball players. That's one of the things I saw from Boston. They were very aggressive, no back down, and they had the personnel to do it. The biggest thing you need is the personnel. Toronto, the Pacers, they didn't have the personnel. Boston has the personnel. But I do think we will see an aggressive LeBron James. I think he's going to come out here, have his imprint all over this game. He hears the talk about Morris being the LeBron stopper, and he knows he had a bad game. LeBron's been there before. He's lost a lot of game ones in his career and won those playoff series. So I look for the best LeBron James that we've seen in a while.
I'm with Brendan. I'm not worried about LeBron. It's the others. How can you get Kyle Korver easy shots? How can you get Kevin Love easy shots? And J.R. Smith. Just all the other. LeBron will be fine.
Why we let him get the ball?
I don't know. You want it, man?
Nah.
The big fella.
Back
in my day, the big fella got the ball first, Casey.
Come on, man.
You know,
just give it to Smitty.
New millenniums. This one shoot threes.
On Tuesday for game number 2.
Threes.
Oh, boy.